Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I've changed my script. It's not going to be a usual video like always. I wanted to talk about Ruben Amorim's presser and what to expect on tomorrow's game, but everything has changed. We've just received news that Starboy Amad Diallo is injured for the rest of the season. Make that sink in. Amad Diallo is injured for the rest of the season. It can't get any worse. You see, even my eyes are red. It's a Saturday. It's painful news to hear. Hopefully I find you well. Just give me a bit of a time. Let me just start with the injuries. Amad injured rest of the season. MAINOO, they say about 3 to 4 weeks. UGARTE and COLLYER, they might be injured, they might be sick, because the coach said you will see. So as we speak, we've got 4 players. Amad, COLLYER, and UGARTE, who might be missing for the game tomorrow. But the big news is Amad UGARTE is injured for the rest of the season. We might not see him again. It's like it's an ankle, something twisted, something broke. We haven't had all the news, we haven't had all the tests of what's happening, but that is the news which we can give you now, that Amad Diallo is injured for the rest of the season. Let me just talk of tomorrow's game. I don't expect anything. We said we're writing off the season. We're left with no attackers in front. We're only left with Sexy, Kanasho, and Rasmus as our only 3 attacking players. We've let Rashford go, we've let Anthony go, we've let Sancho go without replacing these people. So we might need to call in the young boys from the junior team. It's difficult to be Amorim as we speak. Let me just start. Importance of the game. This is a 6-pointer. As time of recording, Tottenham on number 14, Manchester on number 13. So if Tottenham wins, they'll pass us. I haven't seen the other results, maybe teams like West Ham, Crystal Palace, how according to those results. But if all the results, they don't go our way, we might finish the weekend on number 16. Our last 2 games against Tottenham, we've won. We've lost both of them. The other one was a cup game, 4-3. The other one was the league at Old Trafford, 3-0. In our last 4 games, like 5 games for Manchester United, we've won 4 games out of 5. Our last 5 games in all competition. In Premier League, in our last 5 games, we've won 2 losses, 1 draw. So in case you are confused, our last 5 games in all competitions, including the Europa, including the League Cup, where we played Leicester in that FC game, whatever. In our last 5 games, we've won 4 and lost 1. But in our last Premier League 5 games, we've won 2, we've lost 2, and we've drawn 1. And in our last 8 games, on in all, we've won 6 and lost 2. So it's not that bad, but it's only our record in the Premier League is the one which is bad. Head-to-head against Tottenham, our last 5 games, we haven't won anything. We've drawn 2, we've lost 3 against Tottenham Hotspur. So it's going to be a problem. And now I'd put my man of the matches, the players to watch. I'd put Amad in my match preview. I'd put MAINOO. All of them, they're not playing tomorrow. According to sources, Amad is out. All of them, they're not playing. So I don't know what's going to happen. Now we go even to, so I'll expect maybe Dogu to come in, play well, Bruno to show that he's the captain. We expect even Kanasho to show that he's the only young player left to lead this team. Rasmus, Zexi, we want everyone to stand up and be counted against Tottenham. Tottenham, they've got also their injuries. So anything can happen. It's anyone's game. Anything can happen. So I don't know. It's going to be a difficult game for us tactics is always the back five. We need to be more defensive. Let's be more defensive. I don't know, we're going to put Casemiro who in the midfield. We need to be a bit more defensive. As you know, Tottenham, they are very fast, they are very quick, they play a high line. So with a team which is disturbed, it's going to be difficult for us. We need to play a defensive line. You know, we don't have speedy people. I don't know if Amorim is going to bring in the junior players. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be difficult for us. We can't predict the lineup now. I'd put my lineup. I'd put Euro, Delete, Mazraoui, Dalot, Dogu. Then I'd put UGARTE, Bruno, then MAINOO and Ahmad. That was then Rasmus in front. That was my first 11. But hearing all these changes, now I think we're going to put Maguire in defense. We're going to put Dalot and Dogu on the side. We can put Mazraoui as a defensive player, partnering with Bruno, then Eriksson and Kalasho. Then we put Rasmus up front. That's how I think it's going to be. Mazraoui, Bruno defensive midfield, Eriksson and Kalasho as attacking midfielders, then Rasmus up front. Defense, Euro, Delete, Maguire. Then Dogu on the side and Dalot on the side. No substitute. No senior player as a substitute. What are we going to do? We don't have any. Maybe Casemiro is going to be the only senior player as a substitute. All our players are injured. It's very difficult to be Amorim right now. It's very difficult to be Amorim. Now we go to Tottenham's strength. We're talking about Tottenham now. High scoring. They score a lot of goals. High energy. Speed. They are very good on counter-attack. We need to be on our feet. They've got Teo. You remember Teo, Matthew's Teo. He was supposed to come to Manchester United, but he ended up going to Tottenham. So it might be someone to watch. He should be having a point to prove. Weaknesses, they concede a lot of goals. They've got a lot of injuries as us. They play a high line. So if we are able to catch them on counter-attack, we should be able to do it, to catch them on counter-attack. Those are the weaknesses. And even the fans, I heard they are planning a protest against the, what called that guy? I forgot his name. I'll write it down on the comment section. Daniel Levy, the chairman of Tottenham. They want to protest against their leadership style and everything. So all those things, they can work against them. Plus, Tottenham in the last 5 Premier League games, they've lost 4 and won 1. Right, pressure on the squad. This is a pressure on the manager, pressure on the players which are playing, because all of our players are injured. We've got a lot of players injured. We can write a book, a show, Mount, what guy, Victor Lindelof, Collier and UGARTE, they might be sick. You might see them. I don't know on those two. But MAINOO, Ahmad, we can write a book of people who are injured. So there's a pressure on this, the few players which remain on the team. There's a pressure for them to do well. There's a pressure for them to show that we can be counted. Some people are saying, are we able to call our players on loan? I'm sure we should swallow our pride. It's time to call back Rashford. We call Anthony. Anthony wants to play for Manchester United, but it's us as supporters. We didn't welcome Anthony because of all these issues of being accused. Since he was accused that time, that I don't know what he did with the lady. Is it true or is it false? But since that time he was accused, he's no longer the same. So it's time to show love to our players. It's time to support anyone who's going to play. Support even the junior team. If they're going to play 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, it's time. I'm thinking Heaven, which they brought in, is going to play a part. It's time to bring in Chido Obi Martin. There's the other guy which he plays within the junior team. All those guys, we need them. We need them. Talking about Amorim, he was asked about injuries. He said something bad happened. I'm sure he was talking about Ahmad. He was asked also about the redundant that people are being fired left, right, and center by, say, Jim. He was asked also about New Zealand, that New Zealand, they are suing Ineos for Ineos, they cancelled the contract for New Zealand rugby team with 3 years left. So New Zealand is suing Ineos. So he was asked, are you worried about that? He said he's not worried. His job is to win against Tottenham. And he was asked also, are you going to make things better? He said, yes, we're trying to train hard. We're trying to do well. But his main aim is to win against Tottenham. And he's not like saying we're gonna play the good team in Europa, the league is right off. He say every game he treat them the same. Every game is like a final. He was asked also, are you gonna change the tactics? In his press conference, he said he's not gonna change his tactics. He's used to this style. If everyone can master his style, it's easy to rotate or to change here and there, but you have to master the best of the team. He was asked also about the January transfer window. Were you worried that we didn't get, Ruben always ran around. He said, you guys, the situation, we cannot buy because of these PSR rules which were introduced, but his duty is to improve the players. You remember we've said that we've got the wrong profile of players. We've got the wrong type of players. These players, they are not athletic enough. So that's why you see now we're getting a lot of injuries when it's now a week of intense training. It means we've got the wrong profile of players. That's how I see it. Other people are going to blame the coach, but this is not the coach's fault. This is not the coach's fault. People are going to blame, hey, the coach did this, what. But if you're not able to cope with this intense training, that's not our fault. This is the fault of the players. I don't know what's your take on that. He was asked, he said, we're going to try to bring in the academy players. We're checking the players. When they play, we're going to bring in bit by bit. But now it's not going to be bringing bit by bit. He's going to have to bring him tomorrow or today. I don't know, whenever you're going to see this video. He's going to have to bring them now. It's urgent. He said, are you afraid of relegation? He ran away from the question as he was. He's just worried that we need to win. We need to win. We need to win. They also asked him about pressure. Do you think there's pressure of playing for this team? Do you think there's pressure? He said, yes, it can be pressure for players who are coming from other teams. But it might be easy if you buy a player, if the team is got a base of good players. So in other words, he said, now we don't have a base of good players. So it's going to be difficult for anyone you buy. It's going to be difficult to bring anyone in because you don't have a base of good players to come and play for Manchester United. So if you bring in another player, you'll be nervous. He said also, Doc, you saw him that he was very nervous when he played. That's why he had to substitute him, because the team in general, he wants the team to perform. The more the team performs, the better we get what? We get the results. I said a lot of things. I just had to run around. I have to record. It's urgent. Ahmad is injured for the rest of the season. Hopefully the person who broke that news is lying, or is just a prank or something. That Ahmad, I don't know where did they get the test that Ahmad is out of the season. It's very unfortunate for Ahmad Diallo. It's very unfortunate. But guys, I don't know. My results, Manchester United 1, Tottenham 3. That's what I think. What else can we do? That's none of our, it's not our fault what's happening. I thank you. This is United Uncle. If you liked the content, if you want me to bring you more news, can you please subscribe, share. Let's comment. Let's talk in the comment section. Even if you don't want to subscribe, but just write a comment. What do you think of what's happening with Manchester? Who should we play? Should we bring in players from loan? Should we recall Rashford and Anthony back? Or should we bring in the junior players? What do you think? This is United Uncle. Thank you.